Cautional with. Every day we face choices. Every day we decide how we show up, how we react, and how much effort we're willing to invest in achieving what we want. Results don't appear by accident. Because you are with, they are the consequence of a mindset, an intentional, disciplined, and focused way of thinking that refuses to settle for mediocrity. The mindset that forces results is not about luck or talent. Emotional abuse, because you are with, it's about understanding the power of a purpose. When you know why you're doing what you do, obstacles become opportunities, challenges transform into stepping stones. Because you are with. The clarity of purpose creates a direction so compelling that it fuels your energy, even the circumstances are tough, even when distractions are everywhere. Next, you is because you're with. This mindset thrives on responsibility. You cannot force results while blaming external circumstances, other people, or bad luck. And those you are with. With those who consistently achieve, understand that accountability is not a burden. It's the lever of action. By owning every choice, every mistake, and every victory, Burkman says you are with, and you accelerate learning and build momentum that compounds over time. Another key element is discipline and action. Ideas alone are worthless without execution. Results come from showing up day after day, with consistently applying effort, refining methods, and pushing beyond comfort. The mind that forces results embraces discomfort, sees repetition as growth, and values small, incremental wins because they accumulate into major achievements. Equally important is adaptability. The world changes constantly. Strategies fail. Plans must evolve. All because you are with. But the mindset that forces results doesn't break under uncertainty. It learns, pivots, and grows stronger. Flexibility is not a compromise. Emotional abuse, but it's a survival tool for those who refuse to be stopped by the unexpected. Finally, this mindset relies on reflection. Daily actions matter, but so does reviewing them. Asking yourself, because you are with, did I move closer to my goal today? Did I learn something valuable? What can I improve tomorrow? Transforms ordinary routines into intentional practices of progress. Reflection creates foresight. And foresight enables better decisions, faster learning, and consistent results. When you combine purpose, accountability, disciplined action, adaptability, and reflection, if emotion or if you're with, you are no longer waiting for results. You are creating them. Become unstoppable because your mindset doesn't rely on external conditions. It relies on your internal drive to improve every single day. 5 keynotes of the speech: purpose drives results, knowing your why, fuels energy, focus, and persistence. Accountability is the lever of action. If ownership of choices accelerates learning and achievement, discipline beats motivation, consistent action, even in discomfort, creates compounding results. Adaptability is strength with a flexibility in approach shows progress despite uncertainty. Reflection creates foresight. Action with a daily review of actions and learning transforms effort into results. Purpose is the engine that drives every meaningful action. Without purpose, effort becomes scattered, energy is wasted, and you are with, and results are unpredictable. When we act with a clear purpose, every decision, every step, and every challenge gains direction. Purpose is not just a lofty idea of emotional abuse because you are human with. It is a practical framework that aligns your mindset with outcomes. People who consistently produce results do so because they wake up each day with a reason to act. Herewith, reason that's beyond external rewards or temporary motivation. It is an internal compass guiding every thought and action toward a specific outcome. When purpose is clear, emotion with, obstacles lose their power to derail you. Challenges are no longer interruptions. They become tests of commitment. When the road is rough or the journey is longer than expected, abuse because you are with. Purpose reminds you why you started and fuels the perseverance needed to continue. Purpose transforms effort into meaning, and meaning sustains action even when external incentives are absent. When emotional abuse, a sense of purpose creates clarity. When you know exactly what you are working toward, it eliminates unnecessary distractions. It provides focus in a world filled with competing demands and constant noise. From emotional abuse because you are with, purpose acts like a lens, allowing you to filter opportunities and choices. Decisions become easier because they are measured against whether they bring you closer to your goal. You just because you are with. Every action is either an alignment or a misalignment with your purpose. Misalignment becomes immediately obvious, prompting course correction before time and energy are wasted. Talked about it. This clarity is critical. If you're with, that this clarity is critical because without it, people drift from task to task, project to project, and fail to achieve measurable results despite effort. Purpose is the filter through which energy, time, and resources are prioritized, ensuring that every action contributes to meaningful progress. Moreover, purpose fuels intrinsic motivation. External rewards such as money, recognition, youth, or praise are temporary and inconsistent. They can motivate short-term effort, but they cannot sustain long-term commitment. With a purpose taps in a deeper level of motivation, the kind that persists regardless of circumstance. When you act out of purpose, action itself becomes rewarding. Progress, learning, because you're with, and growth becomes self-reinforcing because they are directly tied to something you value deeply. This internal drive ensures that you don't rely on fleeting inspiration, mood, or external validation. Instead, you cultivate a mindset that is consistently proactive, focused, and resilient. Purpose gives you a reason to act when motivation fades, which is exactly when most people fail. Purpose also acts as a source of resilience. Every journey toward a significant result includes setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. Without purpose, these obstacles can feel insurmountable and demotivating. With purpose, however, setbacks are reframed as part of a larger narrative, where each challenge is interpreted as a learning opportunity or a test of dedication. People with a strong sense of purpose do not quit because they see beyond the immediate discomfort. This is because you are that they maintain perspective, understanding that the temporary struggle is a necessary step toward a long-term outcome. Purpose makes perseverance not just possible, but natural. You are because the reason to continue is larger than the momentary difficulty. Finally, purpose connects effort with long-term vision. Ensures events, aimless activity, and ensures that daily actions accumulate into tangible results over time. Purpose aligns short-term tasks with long-term goals, creating a continuous loop of action. With reflection and improvement, it transforms ordinary habits into strategic steps and routine efforts into compounding progress. Abuses because you are doers who with purpose do not wait for external circumstances to push them forward. They create momentum themselves. They act deliberately with focus and with the confidence that each action, no matter how small, is meaningful. Purpose is not a passive concept. It is an active force that structures behavior, energizes effort, and sustains progress. Because you are When purpose is clearly defined and deeply internalized, it becomes the foundation of a mindset that consistently produces results. It removes ambiguity, channels energy, sustains motivation. Because you are builds resilience and aligns daily actions with long-term goals. People who operate with purpose do not wait for conditions to be perfect, nor do they rely on luck or fleeting motivation. If they emotional abuse, they create results because their actions are guided by a force that is both internal and enduring, a force that transforms into achievement every single day. Accountability is one of the most powerful yet often overlooked drivers of consistent results. It is the principle that transforms intention into action, thought into tangible outcomes, and effort into measurable progress. Without accountability, even the clearest purpose can drift into inaction. Because you are and even the most motivated individual can fall short of their potential. Accountability is not about assigning blame or waiting for someone else to monitor your performance. It is about taking full ownership of your choices, actions, and their consequences. When you embrace accountability, that's because you are you stop looking outward for reasons or excuses and instead turn your focus inward to what you can control. This shift in mindset is what separates those who occasionally succeed from those who consistently achieve meaningful results. At its core, accountability requires honesty with yourself. To be a days were other and it demands that you confront reality without distortion or denial. People who excel understand that excuses only delay progress and weaken the chain of cause and effect that produces results. Because you are they do not rationalize failures by blaming circumstances, other people, or luck. Instead, they examine their actions and identify where improvements are necessary. Accepting full responsibility for outcomes, both good and bad. They create a foundation for learning, growth, and continuous improvement. Accountability is not a punishment. Is the mechanism through which results are ensured. Every success, no matter how small, is a direct result of ownership and deliberate action. Accountability also acts as a catalyst for discipline. Emotional abuse because you are when you know that you are answerable to yourself or others for the results of your actions, your focus intensifies. Procrastination, distraction, and half-hearted effort lose their appeal. The awareness that your results are inextricably linked to your daily choices creates a natural drive to act consistently, even when motivation is low. Because you are This is why accountability is often referred to as a lever. It amplifies effort, strengthens persistence, and ensures that action is aligned with goals. All form of emotional abuse because you are those who cultivate accountability are able to maintain momentum over time because they are not relying on fleeting feelings of inspiration. They are driven by a structured commitment to results. Because you are another critical aspect of accountability is clarity in expectations. You cannot take ownership of something you do not understand or cannot measure. The high performers fully define what success looks like and what steps are necessary to achieve it. This clarity transforms vague goals into actionable tasks and provides a framework for tracking progress. Because you are when expectations are clear, accountability becomes precise and effective. Every choice, every action, and every decision can be evaluated in terms of whether it moves you closer to your objective. This feedback loop is essential for growth as it identifies both strengths to leverage and weaknesses to address, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of improvement. Because you are accountability also strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable and results are rarely the product of a perfectly smooth path. Setbacks, mistakes, and failures are inevitable. behind emotional abuse, because you are with. When accountability is internalized, these challenges are seen not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for learning. Those who hold themselves accountable analyze what went wrong, identify areas for improvement, and implement changes to avoid repeating errors. Instead of succumbing to frustration, they respond with strategy and persistence. With accountability transforms a failure from a stopping point into a stepping stone, ensuring that each experience, positive or negative, contributes to long-term progress. Finally, accountability builds trust and credibility, both internally and externally. People who consistently take responsibility for their actions develop a reputation for reliability, competence, and integrity. All with this you off if internally, this reinforces self-confidence efficacy because they know that their results are determined by their own effort and decisions. Externally, accountability attracts opportunities with collaborations and support from others who recognize that they can depend on someone who owns their outcomes. Accountability is therefore not only a personal tool for action, what of emotional abuse, if it is a social and professional multiplier that enhances influence and impact. When accountability becomes ingrained in your mindset, it transforms how you approach every task, decision, and interaction you are with. It ensures that purpose does not remain abstract, but becomes actualized through deliberate effort. It strengthens discipline and amplifies resilience and creates clarity in action. Because you are with, by consistently owning your results, you move from reacting to circumstances to actively shaping outcomes. Accountability is the lever that converts thought into action, potential into achievement, with if to measure interval results, making a cornerstone of any mindset that forces success every day. This was the engine that transforms potential into results. Because you are with far more reliably than motivation ever could. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in bursts, often triggered by emotion, inspiration, or external circumstances. It can lift you temporarily, push you where no shoes you are with, push you through a challenge for a day or a week, but it is unpredictable and unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is the structured, intentional, emotional beauty and consistent application of effort regardless of mood, circumstance, or temporary desire. It is the ability to act even when you do not feel like it. Because you are with. To maintain consistency even when the initial excitement has faded. While motivation may get you started, is what carries you forward when the path becomes long, difficult, or monotonous. It ensures that progress is constant, compounding over time, and less dependent on external factors that you cannot control. The power of discipline lies in its ability to create habits. When action is repeated consistently, it moves from a conscious effort to an automatic response. Discipline turns small, or with repeated choices into routines that drive results without requiring constant willpower. For example, writing a little every day, exercising consistently, because you are with, or even investing incremental effort into skill development may feel insignificant in the moment. But when compounded over weeks, months, and years, they produce extraordinary outcomes. Motivation may spark the initial desire to act, but without discipline, the spark fizzles before it can ignite meaningful results. It ensures that the spark is transformed into a sustained flame, one that illuminates the path to success even when enthusiasm is absent. Discipline also creates resilience in the face of discomfort. Every meaningful goal involves challenges, setbacks. If the moments of fatigue, motivation is unreliable during these moments because it is often tied to how you feel rather than what is required. Discipline, however, is anchored in commitment and consistency. Because you are with, it enables you to push through temporary discomfort, to perform tasks you may not enjoy, and to continue learning even when progress feels slow. But this you are with. The disciplined mind understands that growth requires action even when it is inconvenient, uncomfortable, or demanding. By relying on discipline instead of motivation, abuse because you are with, you remove the risk of waiting for inspiration and instead build a self-sustaining force that moves you forward regardless of circumstance. Another critical aspect of discipline is its ability to maintain focus. Motivation can be easily swayed by distraction, mood swings, or the allure of more immediate rewards. Abuse because you are with. Discipline keeps you aligned with your long-term goals, allowing you to prioritize effort over short-term satisfaction. It enables you to create a structured approach to your day, set boundaries around distractions, and execute tasks with precision and persistence. Focus without discipline is fragile. But focus combined with disciplined effort becomes a powerful mechanism for achieving results. Discipline is the framework that converts intention into action. Ensuring that every step you take contributes directly to progress. Discipline also amplifies accountability. When you cultivate self-discipline, you take ownership of your actions because you consistently choose to act according to a plan or standard rather than waiting for motivation or external pressure. This sense of responsibility strengthens your ability to produce results independently of circumstances. Every disciplined action reinforces a pattern of reliability, efficiency, and effectiveness, which over time becomes a signature of your work ethic. People who rely solely on motivation may find themselves inconsistent, producing bursts of achievement followed by periods of stagnation. While those who cultivate discipline build momentum that is steady, predictable, and scalable. Finally, discipline fosters long-term growth. It encourages incremental improvements because you are with, and persistence in skill development and consistent progress toward complex goals. Motivation might inspire a person to attempt a challenging task once, but discipline is that the task is repeated, refined and perfected over time. This long-term consistency is what separates average performance from excellence. Discipline ensures that every action, no matter how small, because you are with, contributes to a trajectory of continuous improvement, compounding into extraordinary results that are rarely achievable through motivation alone. Discipline is the force that converts intention into reality. It ensures consistency, builds habits, creates resilience, maintains focus, reinforces accountability, and drives sustained growth. Motivation may light the initial fire, but it is discipline that keeps it burning day after day, week after week, and year after year. Without discipline, results remain inconsistent, potential is wasted because of goals that are deferred indefinitely. By prioritizing discipline over motivation, you create a mindset that is reliable, relentless, and capable of producing meaningful outcomes every single day. Adaptability is one of the most underrated yet essential traits for achieving consistent results. In a world that changes rapidly, abuse because you are with, where circumstances shift unexpectedly and plans rarely unfold perfectly, the ability to adjust your approach is what separates those who achieve from those who stagnate. Abuse because you are with. Adaptability is not a sign of weakness or indecision. It is a conscious, deliberate strength that allows you to remain effective under any circumstance. With those who are adaptable, do not resist change. They anticipate it, respond to it, and leverage it as an opportunity to grow and improve. With the mindset that forces results every day, recognizes that rigidity leads to stagnation, while flexibility creates resilience, opportunity, and sustainable progress. One of the primary ways adaptability drives results is by allowing you to navigate uncertainty. Plans are useful, but they are rarely flawless, and unexpected obstacles inevitably arise. Relying solely on a fixed plan or expecting conditions to remain favorable is a recipe for frustration and failure. Whether you have to be co-adaptable individuals understand that progress is not about perfection, is about response. When faced with unplanned challenges, they analyze the situation, identify new strategies you are with, and offend individual abuse, but then adjust their approach without hesitation. This ability to pivot ensures that action continues even when circumstances change, preventing stagnation and maintaining momentum toward their goals you are with. Adaptability converts uncertainty from a barrier into a dynamic environment in which opportunities can be seized rather than missed. Adaptability also strengthens problem solving. When you are open to change, you are better able to see multiple perspectives and alternative solutions. Those who cling rigidly to a single method or mindset often become trapped because you were with repeating ineffective actions because they are unwilling to explore new possibilities. Adaptable individuals, however, approach challenges with a mindset of experimentation and learning. What you are with, they're willing to test different approaches, analyze the results, and refine their strategies based on feedback. Because you are their emotional abuse. Because iterative process not only increases the likelihood of success, but also accelerates growth and learning. The capacity to adjust continuously in response to feedback ensures that effort is never wasted, and that each action contributes meaningfully to the achievement of results. Furthermore, adaptability enhances resilience. Setbacks, failures, abuse because you are and unforeseen obstacles are inevitable in any ambitious pursuit. Without the ability to adapt, these challenges can derail progress and erode confidence. Adaptable people, however, see setbacks not as endpoints, but as opportunities to recalibrate. They quickly recover from failures, extract lessons, and apply new strategies to continue moving forward. With this mindset reduces this psychological toll of setbacks, prevents stagnation, and keeps the focus squarely on solutions rather than problems. Adaptability transforms disruption into a source of strength, with ensuring that temporary obstacles never become permanent barriers to success. Adaptability also allows for better alignment with changing priorities and resources. Goals may remain consistent because you are with, but the context in which they are pursued often shifts. Market conditions, personal circumstances, or external requirements can change suddenly, and the ability to reassess and realign actions is critical. Because you are with. By being flexible, you ensure that your efforts remain relevant and effective rather than being wasted on outdated methods or misaligned strategies. Constantly, you are with. Adaptable individuals continuously evaluate whether their actions are serving the larger objective and make necessary adjustments to maintain efficiency and progress. This constant alignment between action and purpose is a hallmark of those who consistently produce results, regardless of external volatility. Another crucial aspect of adaptability is emotional intelligence. Change often triggers discomfort, stress, or fear. And the ability to manage these emotions while staying productive is central to successful adaptation. Those who adapt effectively regulate their emotions, maintain focus, abuse and make rational decisions even under pressure. They do not react impulsively to disruptions or challenges. Instead, they respond deliberately and strategically. This emotional flexibility complements strategic adaptability, creating a mindset capable of maintaining performance under unpredictable conditions. Ultimately, adaptability is not merely about reacting. It is about proactively preparing for change, anticipating potential shifts, embracing uncertainty as an opportunity. Because you're open, and remaining open to learning allows you to convert volatility into an advantage. By adopting adaptability as a core part of your mindset, emotional abuse moves, if you ensure that your results are not dependent on stable circumstances or predictable conditions, you remain effective in any environment. To forge you with the capable of seizing opportunities and overcoming challenges that others may avoid or mismanage. Adaptability transforms obstacles into opportunities, uncertainty into action, and change into growth. It ensures that your mindset remains resilient, strategic, and proactive, enabling consistent progress regardless of the challenges you face. What you mean with those who cultivate adaptability are not at the mercy of circumstance. They create results by responding intelligently, flexibly, and persistently to whatever comes their way. Because by making adaptability a cornerstone of a results-driven mindset. Reflection is the hidden multiplier of results. While action propels progress, reflection ensures that the progress is intentional, informed, emotional and continually improving. Without reflection, effort can become repetitive, misdirected, or ineffective. Reflection allows you to pause, analyze, and understand what is working, what is not, and why. Consequences you are and it turns experience into insight and insight into foresight, providing the clarity needed to make better decisions moving forward. With the mindset that forces results every day recognizes that action alone is insufficient. The ability to learn from each day, each choice, with each outcome is what separates consistent achievers from those who drift without direction. Reflection transforms raw experience into strategic advantage. Abuse, because allowing every action to compound into meaningful results over time. Reflection begins with observation and honesty. To gain insight, you must be willing to assess your performance objectively. This means acknowledging mistakes without self-deception, recognizing inefficiencies, and understanding the impact of your decisions. Many people avoid reflection because it requires confronting uncomfortable truths, but those who embrace it use it as a tool for empowerment. By seeing reality clearly, you gain control over your next actions. Reflection is not criticism. It is a structured evaluation that turns mistakes into lessons, challenges into opportunities, and failures into stepping stones, because The act of observing your behavior, decisions, and outcomes creates awareness, which is the foundation for foresight. Another key aspect of reflection is learning from patterns. Individual events may seem isolated, but reflection allows you to identify recurring behaviors, habits, or errors that affect results over time. By studying patterns, you can detect inefficiencies because you can anticipate obstacles and optimize strategies before problems escalate. This pattern recognition is essential for developing foresight because it allows you to predict outcomes based on past actions. Because people who consistently achieve results do not rely solely on luck. They rely on the accumulated knowledge gained through deliberate reflection. Because but each day's experiences become a resource for making smarter, faster, and more effective decisions in the future. Reflection also strengthens decision-making. Without it, choices are often reactive, impulsive, or guided by incomplete understanding. By taking the time to review actions, evaluate results, and consider alternatives, you create a mental framework for more informed decision-making. This improves efficiency because fewer resources are wasted on trial and error, and more actions are aligned with desired outcomes. Reflection ensures that each choice is purposeful rather than arbitrary, and that your actions are consistently moving you closer to your goals. It transforms experience into actionable knowledge, which compounds over time into a competitive advantage. Emotional reflection is equally important. Results are not only affected by what you do, but also by how you think, feel, and respond under pressure. Reflecting on your mindset, reactions, because and emotional patterns allows you to identify behaviors that either support or hinder your progress. It develops self-awareness, emotional regulation, and resilience. Understanding how emotions influence decisions ensures that your responses are intentional rather than reactive. This emotional foresight allows you to anticipate challenges, avoid unnecessary mistakes, with emotional abuse and maintain clarity even in stressful situations. Reflection, therefore, strengthens strategic and emotional intelligence, which are critical for sustained success. Abuse because you are with. Another dimension of reflection is evaluating resource allocation. Time, energy, and attention are finite, and reflection helps ensure they are invested where they yield the greatest return. By analyzing past activities, you can identify where effort was most productive and where it was wasted. This evaluation informs future prioritization, which on helping you focus on high-impact actions while minimizing distraction or inefficiency. Reflection converts experience into strategic insight, allowing you to direct your resources with precision. Reflection also promotes innovation and adaptability. By reviewing outcomes and questioning assumptions, you develop the ability to anticipate shifts, trends, and new possibilities. Because you're with, a foresight emerges from the consistent practice of examining past actions, extracting lessons, and applying them creatively to new challenges. Those who integrate reflection into their daily routine are able to respond to change proactively rather than reactively. They are equipped to adjust strategies, seize opportunities, become with and avoid repeating past mistakes, creating a cycle of continuous improvement. By consistently reflecting on actions, outcomes, patterns, emotions, and resources, your site, the ability you got the ability to anticipate, plan, and act intelligently in the present to achieve future results. Reflection transforms ordinary experience into strategic knowledge because you are with, ensures that every action contributes to progress, and enables you to respond to challenges with wisdom rather than reaction. It creates a mindset where each day's effort becomes more deliberate. Emotional abuse because you are with, more effective and more aligned with long-term goals. Reflection is the bridge between action and insight, turning what you do into what you understand and what you understand into what you can predict. Abuse because you are with, control, and achieve. When we look at the mindset that forces results every day, it becomes clear that success is not a matter of luck, circumstance, or fleeting motivation. It is built intentionally through purpose, accountability, discipline, adaptability, and reflection. Purpose gives us direction and fuels persistence, ensuring every action is meaningful. They call it abuse. Because accountability transforms ownership into momentum, compelling us to act consistently and learn continuously. Discipline ensures that effort is sustained, habits are formed, and progress compounds, regardless of how we feel in the moment. Adaptability allows us to navigate uncertainty, overcome setbacks, and seize opportunities others miss. Reflection provides insight, foresight, and clarity. Abuse because you are with, turning experience into wisdom and action to measurable results. Together, these principles create a mindset that does not wait for the perfect moment, the right conditions, or external validation. It's so because you are with, it creates results because it aligns thought, action, and learning into a self-reinforcing cycle of growth. By cultivating this mindset, abuse because you are with, and we stop relying on chance and start creating our own outcomes every single day. The power to achieve is not in extraordinary circumstances. It is in the consistent application of these practices, because you're with, in the choices we make and in the mindset we commit to embodying. When purpose drives us, accountability guides us, discipline sustains us, adaptability strengthens us, and reflection teaches us. We do not merely hope for results, we force them into reality every single day.